Good evening, I'm Chris Heiserman.
And I'm Daniel Lopez. Thanks for joining us for the weekend update on SPC 7. Today is October 10th, Monday, and here's a look at what's going on in the world of politics, or as I like to call it, the freak show. Chris, did you get a chance to see the presidential debate?
I've seen better debates in the schoolyard in the third grade.
I agree, Chris. I thought it looked a little more like a friendly game of slap and tickle.
Tonight, we report on the latest from the presidential debate. Reporter Manny Gina will give us the latest details on the battleground map for the 2016 presidential election. And finally, have you heard about the crazy clowns trying to lure kids into the woods? But first, breaking news tonight on SPC 7, Kim Kardashian West was reunited with her family after being tied up, robbed, and held hostage while in Paris for Fashion Week. Kim was badly shaken, but was physically unharmed, according to the reality star's representative. The criminals held her up at gunpoint and stole at least $10 million worth of jewels from Miss West. The men who robbed her were dressed up like police officers. Normally, SPC 7 would not report on celebrity news, but have you seen this year's election, plus its ratings week?
Meanwhile, in presidential politics, Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton and Republican candidate Donald J. Trump, Trump went head-to-head in the first presidential debate of this campaign season. Most people say Clinton won the first debate, but Trump and his family say he won the debate. You decide for yourself. Here are the highlights from the first presidential debate. So what did you think, Chris?
No comment. Now let's go to Manny Gina for an update on the latest presidential election battleground map. Manny?
Thanks, Chris. As you can see from the latest battleground map, Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton holds a lead of 200 to the Republican candidate Donald Trump's 163 in likely states out of 270 to win the presidency. Two states split, Nebraska and Maine, split electoral votes. Clinton is expected to win 3 of 4 in Maine, and Trump is expected to win 4 out of 5 in Nebraska. As you can see from this battleground map, it's a very close race. The toss-up states are Ohio, Virginia, North Carolina, and Florida. But even if Trump wins all the toss-up states, Clinton can still win with 270 electoral votes. Finally, I found this battleground map most interesting. As you can see, there's a slight possibility that both candidates could be unsuccessful in reaching the required 270 electoral votes, each only receiving 269. In the case of a tie, the United States House of Representatives would decide the next president would be, each state delegation having 1 vote and a majority of 26 states to win. Also, Senate would decide who the vice president is, with a majority of votes being 51, and each senator having 1 vote. So we could conceivably have a President Trump and a Vice President Hillary Clinton. Now, back to Chris and Daniel.
Wow, what do you think of that, Daniel?
Just when you think this election couldn't get any scarier. Speaking of scary, pay attention to our next story. Have you heard about all the crazy clowns terrorizing the county? Reports of clowns haunting more than 10 states have people on edge, and the reports keep coming. So, is the creepy clown epidemic serious or just a sick joke? Police are investigating a host of reports from South Carolina to Georgia and have made some arrests. Here's what we know. Reports of clowns terrorizing people in South Carolina started in mid-August. One woman reported seeing a middle-aged white man in clown-like facial makeup and red hair standing outside the laundromat. The woman told police the clown stared at her as she walked out, but didn't speak or follow her. In another report, children reported clowns were trying to lure them into woods with money.
In North Carolina, children reported a clown was trying to lure them into the woods in a Winston-Salem neighborhood. According to 2 kids, the man had on white overalls, white gloves, red shoes with red bushy hair, a white face, and a red nose. They told police he offered them treats if they would come into the woods. Police said an adult heard the man but did not see him.
Meanwhile, in Florida, a woman walking her dog said she saw a person wearing an all-white clown costume emerge from behind a tree in Indian River County. The person had red hair and was wearing a mask, according to the woman. The following day, a father called police saying his child and other classmates were chased by a person wearing a clown mask after they got off the bus in Vero Lake Estates area. Later that night, a child reported seeing a clown. None of the clowns were armed and there were no injuries. The problem is that someone dressed like a clown could scare someone, and there's a possibility you could end up with someone getting shot. said Lieutenant Mike Bandish of the Palm Bay Police Department.
Be careful out there, boys and girls. If you decide to dress up like a killer clown on Halloween, don't forget you live in America. I'm Chris Heiserman.
And I'm Daniel Lopez. That's the news, folks. Thank you for joining us for the weekend update on SPC 7. Enjoy the infomercial up next. Good night.